Beautiful. Just see here. Beautiful. So, what I wanted to talk about today is there was just an experience that happened today, which I'm not going to get into, that maybe probably was a reminder of where the nodes of the moon are right now. And remember that the moon is our emotions. It also looks at sensitivity as well. Looks it and with that comes our comforts, our emotional comforts. So the moon is moods, it's emotions. And there are the nodes of the moon, which is karma and dharma. In Vedic astrology, Rahu and Ketu and Rahu. So the south node and north node. So the south node is the dragon's tail, north node being the dragon's head, the direction that we want to go towards, the dragon's tail, where we want to move away from. And this is where people get confused because you're not supposed to move away from the south node, but you're supposed to move away from the south node. And I'm going to clarify that here. I'm going to clarify that. So, um, so the south node reflects the negative qualities of the sign that it is in. The north node looks at um, the highest vibration of this the sign that it's in. So if you think about the downsides of Scorpio, it is jealousy, it is control, controlling others, it is all of that intensity, all of those emotions, and all of that baggage that you are carrying. It deals with power, and it deals with the darker, deeper sides of human nature, and people, and it looks at death, taboo things, looks at psychology, all of those, really, all that dark stuff, all that hidden stuff as well. What's hidden? What is hidden that's so dark that we just avoid talking about because it's so taboo? This can be with things and people. All those deeper, darker realms of your, you know, psyche, uh, the primal stuff, um, I mean, all of that. There's just a lot. And specifically, it is. being in a situation where somebody may have more power over you. Somebody may have more power over you. Somebody may um, control you, influence, or impose upon you. Um, they may also judge and criticize you, or you have to rely on them to provide you with things, or basically you don't have the power to stand up, run your own life, and you don't know what your values are. You're not in your sovereignty of, your self worth and what really is important to you, because it's all caught up in this trap of another person. And you will know and you will identify this when the time comes, when the times come. And while not making mountains out of molehills, you know, take note of the small things. And indeed, today was a small thing for me, which reflected that. And it kind of triggered my emotions when it comes to the intensity of those emotions, the feeling of being inhibited, the feeling of walking on eggshells, the feeling of um, not being enough, being um, afraid, just in the state of just seeing darkness and having power taken away. And I may be speaking about something and I may be exaggerating just a little bit, but I'm really thinking about astrology and I'm trying to tie that in and looking at the themes of the South Node in Scorpio tying into astrology. And, notice when your power is being taken away from you, and how can you, not let others give your power away when it comes to you feel like, you know, you need to rely on others and you think that that's a bad thing. Okay, I want to really, really emphasize that. You think that it's a bad thing. You feel trapped in the situation where, um, you know, it just feels like the more peaceful alternative just to, sit back, be a yes person, people please, maybe martyr, let that person take care of this, let that person do this and this and this because, it's just so negative and not very empowering the fact that being a victim and, you know, not feeling like you can do it, when you want to, take control and can't tolerate this anymore, can't tolerate being stuck up in this, involved in it. And, you know, it's coming at it from a, compassionate sort of perspective of what really makes you feel grounded in the moment, connected with your body, connected, with the senses of what's going around you in your truth, not trying to get your mind to, change how you perceive or feel about something. Um, you know, because trying to get your mind to that certain place isn't the most humble thing to do. Meaning natural thing to do, let's just say. Um, and, um, it's just surrendering it, being honest about how you feel in this moment, you know, what you feel about that, and, you know, seeing it as best you can. And also, um, if there is an individual that would come across as judging you, um, and um, criticizing you, getting on you about this and that, and it's in a not so friendly way, it's in a mean way, or it could be a harsh way, that's a red flag. And that's something that needs setting boundaries and healthy attachment, because this right here, your mind, your own internal voice, should be the thing that is doing the most harsh criticism, not someone else, unless they don't mean that. They don't mean anything negative by it, or they're not coming off in negative ways. They're really friendly and trying to help, you know, trying to serve and, make you better at doing something versus, um, just getting on you about certain things, not seeing the big picture. And, um, you know, North Node in Taurus isn't like, oh, you have to go to work, make some money, this and that, and, follow others and, get into the whole, you know, workforce society, all the mainstream logical, areas of society, but it's about you and your truth and what you want, what you need, what makes you feel happy. It's about peace and, letting go of the baggage from the past. And that can come from, attraction to the crisis situations and um, judging. And, Taurus is very slow and steady. It's also very realistic. So seeing something, for what it is, not seeing something small and then, maybe making mountain out of a molehill, something, let's just say, but I think that that's kind of beside the point, because isn't it sad that, oh, in life, you have to do this and you have to do this, you have to, you know, comply, and there are people, you know, better than you that you have to follow, and you have to um, work at something and do this, and, all these, you know, things put on you, and people that open up a certain door for you and just force you in when you don't want to go inside that door. Now you have the freedom, because the North Node in Taurus is about getting your power back, and also having healthy detachment to not get so caught up in others' impositions or others, deals, but it is you. It is getting in touch with what it is you want and need, and choosing your own door, choosing your own door. Um, and, when it comes to trying to find a way to cope and, deal with something, then a metaphor I have come up with for patience would be the balloon. The balloon is full of helium, and slowly but surely, that helium runs out. It just slowly but surely, the helium escapes from the balloon, and then it just plunges down the ground, and that patience is running out. And the crash of the balloon is like the last straw. That pot boiled over. You can't tolerate this anymore and make things established. Stand up for yourself. Get the power back. Get your power back. Don't be, just taken and swept and taken advantage of, or just, anything that, I am more powerful, I'm better, you know, you have to rely on me if you want this and that, and you don't want that. And it feels like it takes away what you could be doing, your independence, your rights, your, um, you know, confidence in yourself, your abilities, and how you want to live your life, how you want to establish your maybe wealth and um, home and the things that you want to decorate it with. Um, just and with Jupiter and Pisces, it's about making that dream um, a reality because Jupiter is expansion and Pisces is the dream and the imagination. There is more openness. There's an openness, and there's a dreaming big, and just anything is possible. And with Uranus being, I think maybe sometime in August it'll be maybe conjunct the nodes, but Uranus is sudden awakening. It is sudden change. You didn't expect it. It looks at, I need to change my life, and I have the freedom to change my life, and liberating yourself, fresh new energy, going out of the box, not not remaining in that stale, same sort of state, making it exciting and changing for the better and maybe evolving for the better. Um, it's like opening up a window, allowing the fresh air to come in, new energy. And with Uranus and Taurus, food supply, looks at food, looks at the earth. All of these things are being examined, and how are we caring for the earth? How are we, what are our values? What do we find important? And COVID has been a real reminder to not take so many things for granted, not take so many simple things for granted, that we would naturally take for granted, like the water in the morning, like waking up, like, the coffee, or the, smelling of the roses, or the orange juice, or the nice meal, or the beautiful piece of music, or sitting in nature, or your family having a roof over your head. um, all of these things that are very very purifying, very nourishing because it's not about chasing after somebody else, getting so involved with this and so obsessive over this particular issue and wanting to get revenge and wanting to chase down that and go after it with such intensity and being in those emotions and in those, you know, the trauma and the drama. It's about rising above. And, it's like there's a beautiful meditation I've done a couple times by Colette Bird Reed, and it's called Fly on Your Bird Meditation. And it's basically about if you are feeling anxious or down in the dumps or depressed or whatever, um, then, it basically a winged creature, an angel, trusting that life has your back and you can relax and you can be at peace and you can come up, metaphorically speaking, from the from Pluto land, from Scorpio land, from the underworld, because Scorpio is all that death and it's the basement and it's all those types of things. And it's rising above and getting a higher view of being in the sky and observing it, having the healthy detachment of the observer's point of view of your emotions. And that is the high road of the moon being in Aquarius. And that is a high road of, well, the new moon in Aquarius that we just had. Depends upon when you're watching this. I mean, if you're watching this sometime, down the line, then it's not. This live stream, as you can see underneath, when it comes to the date, was made on is made, excuse me, on February 2nd, 2022. So, um, there's so many um things having to do with South Node in Scorpio, but where is there less, negativity, not getting, detaching from the trauma, the drama, anything that makes you feel, you know, jealous, mad, hurt, um, criticize less than, um, and, just um, in the pits of all those things are where you need to stand up and not let your power getting taken away from you and say, excuse me, I don't want somebody to speak about me like that. I don't want you to keep criticizing me and judging me for that. I'm doing a good job. I am paying attention. I'm playing my part. I'm doing what needs done. I don't appreciate that. What are you not gonna be willing to tolerate? And just sit by and not say something, not do something, and get your power back, and thereby wasting that opportunity and then regretting it later on because of that opportunity wasted. Now is the time where if there's anything that you cannot tolerate, then there is a line that you draw, and there is healthy boundaries. Boundaries feel freeing mainly when you set those boundaries up. When I set up my boundaries, not, that I have to do so many things and put on burdens and great responsibilities and pressure on myself. That doesn't feel so freeing. But when I loosen up and allow, what I'm doing, you know, like establish this is what is absolutely going to need to be structured. The rest, is just all my freedom, what I want to do, being easier on yourself and not, letting others' boundaries, imposing them on you, because those can feel rather restricting. A lot of the times they can. It's about establishing your boundaries and heading, opening up, the door that you want to open up and going on the path that you want to on, with love, with compassion, with, you know, being in the now, being grounded, which also comes with love and compassion, understanding, and, you know, maybe seeing positive this person means very, very well, but, you know, how it is affecting you is the most important. And as I say, don't try to, overthink and try to, you know, see the perspectives just because you're, told to, and it doesn't feel natural, it feels something that you have to work at and discipline yourself. Let that go because it may take you out of the now. The power of being in the now. The past is in the past, and coming. Well, you don't know that being in the now, and also removing blocks is yet another meditation by Colette Baron Reed. Removing those blocks, removing any resentments, any struggles, any beefs, any um, just just all that negative stuff, removing all that clutter, that mental, emotional clutter going on, and you know, letting go of that, and being the phoenix that rising out of the ashes, healing, and that you have the power, and you know, just transforming from that, and thereby that is the high road of Scorpio, which will then lead and maybe the equivalent of, you know, Ortho and Taurus, but maybe it's a segue that is just so wonderful and exhilarating and enlightening. Like you're really gaining a lot in life. Um, so yeah, Taurus is stable. It's, an earth sign. It's very peaceful. It's very yummy. It's very slow. It enjoys the moment, the simple pleasures of life. It's all about pleasure. It's all about love and all those things. Releasing all that doesn't make you feel nourished, nurtured, at peace. All of that. Release it. Let go of it. And if you would be in a situation where South Node Scorpio would, really, put a flashlight upon that, then it's time to, um, find the peace and, you know, you know, get into, be assertive, get your power, have the courage, from a very grounded place and, from a very earthly place. So that's what I wanted to talk about this evening. Thank you so much. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to my channel, there's a button for that, and hit the bell to get notified about my videos that will be upcoming. Bye for now.